I want to start off with a couple of things before we get into questions. Yesterday we signed Young Wei, kicker. He'll be part of the kicking competition. Two other things of injuries. Cade, all right, he's Cade York. He has a little growing, and he won't be practicing this week, but he'll be working stuff back in next week. And then Sadiq had a minor procedure, so he won't be out of practice today. He had a minor procedure, something that he dealt with, and we knew about, right, going to his last year of college, and he dealt with doing rookie minicamp, and we want to make sure we get it done right after rookie minicamp, so he'll be ready to go doing training camp. Other than that, it was good to get back on the field yesterday. Special teams seemed like they got right back at it on how they operate at the end of the season, so I was happy about that. And obviously, offense and defense, we're working on two different schemes. All right, so the guys are diligently working through that. They're doing a good job. Still have a ways to go. But, man, we're looking forward to every time we get a chance to get on the grass and continue working on that. So, any questions?
What, can you tell us the body part with Sadiq?
Groin. Yeah. Well, hernia.
Hernia? Okay.
Yeah.
Is there anyone who finished the year injured who still isn't ready to practice this spring at all?
You know what? I don't think so. I think so. We had 100% participation yesterday, which was good. So it's been good. It's been good through our phases.
How's attendance for OTAs?
Been good. Like I said, we had 100% yesterday. And I would say phase 2, we averaged around 95%. That in phase 1, around 90%. So the guys have been in it, and it's been really good.
How important was it to get that done with Brees?
Extremely important. Somebody we wanted to be here. I've talked about it for a while, how good of a player he is. So to get that done and just get that out of his mind so he can just go play, that's always a good thing.
It seems like Brees is really excited to play with Geno. I know it's day 2 of OTAs, but what are you making of that?
Well, those guys worked out together in Florida quite a bit, so there was already a relationship there. So those guys getting a chance to talk, obviously not talking true scheme because, the guys are just now getting it, but just getting a chance to know each other. I think that had a lot to do with it. So, again, looking forward to those guys continuing to work together.
What have you observed about Geno in regard to leadership and the way he's acclimating with other players?
Yeah, if you watch him in the huddle, when you watch him in the huddle today, man, you'll see he's he commands the huddle very well. He makes sure that everybody knows exactly what's going on when it comes to the play call. And then once he breaks the huddle, man, he makes sure everybody explodes out of the huddle and gets lined up. And then his ability to see exactly what's going on and try to make the play calls, whether it's protection calls or things like that, identifying the mic. He's very commanding, and you'll see that when it comes to that. So that's what shows up, from yesterday, really well.
Did you know him before? I mean, I know you knew of
him,
but did you have any type of relationship with him before?
Yeah. Actually, when we drafted him, I was scouting here. He wasn't in my area, but that was my first time actually getting a chance to really talk with him. And just the fact of how he's grown from that time to now, man, is outstanding. So, and he's still growing, even been in the league as long as he has, and he'll tell you that. And I think that's for anybody. But that was my only time having that conversation with him at that time.
How has he grown?
His ability, one, to command the huddle, his true understanding of protections and how to make sure he protects himself in that aspect, and also his leadership ability also of, listen, just by the way that I operate, just let my influence show leadership other than really trying to talk it through with everybody.
How has Garrett looked?
Garrett looks good. He looks really good. I mean, he's typical Garrett, so that doesn't surprise me how he's going out there operating.
Did he? Was he full go right away? I mean, we had to right year last year.
He's getting all of his reps.
Okay.
Yep, he's getting all of his reps.
Can you sense a relief with him even after going through the knee issues last year and playing 7 games? Can you just sense a relief?
Yeah, I think that's with any player. I mean, obviously no one wants to be hurt, but when you are hurt, it just seems like you're distant from the team for the most part because you're in you're in the training room getting treatment while everybody else is doing things to get ready for a game. So mentally that can mess with you a little bit, you know. But I think he's done a good job of making sure he got himself ready to play. He's been doing a good job out there.
Now, you guys have made a lot of changes on defense and especially the secondary. What made you bring Cisco back?
Well, obviously he had the injury last year also, and we thought highly of him. You know, when we signed him last year. I mean, we think he's a guy that can come in and compete, you know, and play for us. So obviously he has good range, has good ball skills. I know in Jacksonville things didn't go the way that he wanted, you know, so we still believe in him. And we're looking forward to him going to compete and trying to earn a starting job.
How important is the third phase, considering the new installations on both sides of the ball and how many new faces you got?
Yeah, well, critical. And let me explain a little bit, just because you asked about the installation, let me explain a little bit how that goes with us. So we start our first round of installations in phase 2. I'm a huge believer in phase 1. The players come in, and I just want them thinking on, man, just strength and conditioning training. That's it. So it's almost like, you know, how some guys be away from the facility and they do that. I want them to think in that aspect, and I think that what gives us a chance to draw, you know, many guys here because, man, that's all I want them thinking about, phase 1, strength and conditioning. Going into phase 2, we're still thinking about strength and conditioning, but that's when the installation comes in, and that's the first round of installation. And we throw a lot at those guys. So it's 3 weeks of everything that we're doing when it comes to the system. And then phase 3, we actually start right back over again with the installation. So what the players that get, phase 2, the installation, phase 3, the installation, then when we come back with training camp, they get the installation again. So that'll be 3 times they get a chance to really dig deep in what the scheme is.
Aaron, since we talked to you last, New York's become a bit of a basketball town. Have you noticed any of that? And is there any,
it's hard not to notice it. And
glean from it for your team?
I tell you what, that is a gritty team. And it's hard to be a gritty team without gritty players. And it all starts with the point guard. And, I mean, you could tell that the leadership, the fight, everybody follows that. And it's easy to follow that. And he's a guy, and I continue to say this, that leadership really comes down to one word, and that's influence. And you really see the influence that he has. And it's not always verbal. There's a lot of just what he do and how he operates. So, man, pulling for those guys, I really am. Because they play their ass off, you know, and it's fun to watch, and it's good to see.
So we talked about the players and just kind of where they at, but how do you feel like you've grown in going into your second OTA?
Man, in a number of ways, from a head coach perspective, and obviously decision making when it comes to surrounding yourself with the right people. Man, of making sure like everything is detailed out. You know, it's not that I didn't do it last year, but man, I just been like meticulous on those things, making sure that every practice that we have, there's a reason behind it, and then explaining that to not only the coaching staff but also to the players of what we're trying to do. Obviously, there's rules going into phase 3, but I want those guys to know exactly why we're on the field and how we're going to operate on the field and what we want to come away with. And that's in every practice going into phase 3. So I've grown in that manner.
Take a couple more.
What do you need to see this week and in the coming days and weeks in order to feel like everything's on the right track?
Well, I would say this, that we have a ways to go. I know that. But I just want to see improvement every day. That's basically it. If we're doing that, we're on the right track.
With Pons, I know you said he can play inside, outside.
Yep.
What's the game plan in terms of getting him there? Is he going to do both right away? Is he going to break him in one?
Yeah. Here's what we found out in phase 2 going through the installations. When you start to ask him questions about the responsibilities inside and outside, he's quick to give you answers. That number one tells you that mentally he can pick those things up. So now how does he do that, you know, in live action? So now we start him out at nickel, see how he operates. Then we'll put him on outside maybe today and see how he operates there. And let's just see if he can continue to handle that, because sometimes it's different just doing it in the classroom than doing it on the field. So we'll be able to see that as we go through these practices.
And
last one.
At quarterback, is there an open competition for the backup job, or between those three guys, or do you have like a pecking order?
It is an open competition. I mean, obviously Geno's our one. Bailey, he was our two. You know, but that can change as we go through these practices. So, but that's how we started out yesterday.